Did you know your turbocharged engine is 67% more likely to fail than a regular engine? Toyota, yes, Toyota, recalled 232,000 vehicles in just 60 days, and 4.3 million engines have been recalled since 2015. Nobody warned you. Everything you think you know about engine reliability is about to be destroyed. Keep watching. The dirty secret your dealership is hiding from you. Here's what nobody tells you when you're standing on that showroom floor ready to sign your name. 97% of all new cars sold in 2026 have a turbocharged engine. 97%. And it has absolutely nothing to do with making your car better, faster, or more exciting. It happened because of government fuel economy rules. The EPA forced car makers to shrink their engines to hit fuel economy targets on paper. Then, to get the power back, they slapped a turbocharger on top and sold it to you as innovation. Think about what that really means. The Toyota Camry, one of the most trusted family cars ever built, used to run a simple, bulletproof 2.5-liter engine, proven for decades. Today, turbocharged. The Ford F-150, America's best-selling truck for over 40 years, used to have a V8. Now it runs the EcoBoost Turbo. GM literally ripped out a proven 5.3-liter V8 from the Silverado and dropped in a brand new turbocharged 4-cylinder instead. The numbers on the window sticker look exactly the same. Same horsepower, same fuel economy. You'd never know the difference. And your salesperson can't tell you either because nobody trained them to know. But here's the thing. A turbocharger adds real mechanical complexity, real heat, and real ways to fail that a regular engine simply does not have. Some manufacturers engineered around these problems properly. Others cut corners, took your money, and moved on. That gap between the manufacturers who did it right and the ones who didn't is exactly what we're breaking down today. Real data, real recall numbers, real consequences, how a turbo works, and how it kills your engine. Before we get to the list, you need to understand one thing. Once you get this, everything else makes sense. A turbocharger captures the exhaust gases your engine is already producing and uses them to spin a turbine. The turbine spins at up to 300,000 revolutions per minute. That is not a typo. And it forces compressed air into your engine. More air, more power, out of a smaller engine. Sounds smart, right? But here's the part they don't put in the brochure. The only thing keeping that turbine from destroying itself at 300,000 RPM is your engine oil. That's it. One fluid, one line of defense. And that creates three very specific ways this entire system can collapse on you. Failure, number one, heat damage. That turbine runs at temperatures up to 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit. When you drive hard and immediately shut the engine off, the oil pump stops, but the turbo is still sitting there, scorching hot with oil baking inside the bearing housing. Those burnt oil deposits build up every single time you do that. Slowly, quietly. Until one day the oil flow gets restricted and the turbo starts dying from the inside out. And you don't even know what's happening. Failure number two, oil starvation. The turbo bearing needs a constant supply of clean, fresh oil. Old oil, dirty oil, oil that's even slightly low. Any of those conditions means that bearing is running without proper protection. Turbo specialists will tell you this is the single biggest cause of turbo failure. Not age, not mileage, oil. That's it. One missed oil change at the wrong time can start a chain reaction that costs you $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. Failure number three, carbon buildup. Almost every modern turbocharged engine uses direct fuel injection, meaning fuel gets sprayed directly into the cylinder and completely bypasses the intake valves. In older engines, fuel washing over those valves kept them clean. Now, carbon builds up on the back of those valves over time. You get restricted airflow, misfires, rough idle, and eventually a cleaning procedure. Some shops call it a walnut blast, and that some owners are dealing with as early as 60,000 miles. 3 failure points. All of them preventable. If the manufacturer engineered the engine properly, not all of them did. The 5 turbo engines to avoid in 2026. Number 5, the GM 2.7L Turbo Max. This is the engine General Motors chose to replace their legendary beloved 5.3-liter V8 in the Silverado and Sierra. Let that sink in. Owners are reporting, and NHTSA complaint data confirms, oil consumption of 1 quart every 1,000 miles. 1 quart every 1,000 miles. That is not a quirk. That is not a break-in period. That is your turbo bearing running dangerously low on the one thing it cannot live without. Consumer Reports flags this engine as below average reliability. And here's what makes it even more alarming. This engine has only been in production for 3 years. There isn't enough real-world data to know how it holds up at 150,000 or 200,000 miles. And when you don't have data on an engine, that uncertainty is the red flag. If you want a Silverado or Sierra, spend the extra money and get the proven 5.3L V8. Don't gamble your hard-earned money on an unproven engine in a truck that's going to do real work. Number 4, the Hyundai and Kia 1.6L Gamma Turbo. This engine shows up across a wide range of Hyundai and Kia models from 2013 through 2019. NHTSA issued recalls for piston ring failures, causing excessive oil consumption and, in the worst cases, complete engine seizure. A class action lawsuit was filed. And the failure pattern in the most serious documented cases didn't just leave owners stranded. It created a fire risk. Oil enters the combustion chamber, builds up on the exhaust system, and under the right conditions, it ignites. If you are shopping for a used Hyundai or Kia from this era, any model, any trim, run that VIN through the NHTSA recall database before you hand anyone a single dollar. This is not a minor inconvenience. This is a safety issue. Number 3, the Volkswagen and Audi E888 2.0L Turbo. This engine is in virtually every VW and Audi sold in the United States. The Jetta, Tiguan, Golf, Audi A4, Audi Q5, all running the same basic design. The documented problems include timing chain failures, high-pressure fuel pump failures, and carbon buildup so severe that some owners are paying for a full intake valve cleaning, that walnut blast procedure, as early as 60,000 miles. A class action lawsuit was filed specifically targeting the timing chain issue, and Consumer Reports rates Volkswagen's powertrain reliability at 2 out of 5 stars. Not 2 out of 10, 2 out of 5. That is one of the worst powertrain reliability scores in the entire industry. Now, if one of these has been perfectly maintained, low mileage, clean documented service history, it can hold up. But the moment there is any gap in that history, you are buying someone else's problem. And in the used car market, gaps in service history are everywhere. Number 2, the Ford 1.5L EcoBoost 3-cylinder. This engine is in the Ford Escape, Ford Fusion, and Ford Bronco Sport. And it has a specific, documented, serious defect. Engine coolant gets into the cylinders. What that means in real life, coolant enters the combustion chamber. The engine can hydrolock and stall, including at highway speed. In the most serious documented cases, this failure created a fire risk. Class action lawsuits were filed against Ford. The 2015 through 2018 model years are the most heavily affected. If someone is trying to sell you a used Escape, Fusion, or Bronco Sport with this engine, you need to know exactly what you're dealing with before you sign anything. This is not a check engine light situation. This is an engine that can fail while you're doing 70 mph on the interstate. Number 1. Toyota's 3.5L twin-turbo V6. I know exactly what you're thinking. Toyota, the brand your parents told you to always buy. The company that built its entire global reputation on reliability. The safe choice, the boring choice, the right choice. I want to be completely clear. I'm not saying Toyota as a company is unreliable. I am telling you specifically about this one engine. In November 2024, Toyota recalled 105,000 vehicles for low oil pressure warnings. 1 month later, December 2024, Toyota issued a second recall covering 127,000 Tundras and Lexus LX SUVs for crankshaft bearing failure risk. 2 separate recalls. 232,000 vehicles in 60 days. NHTSA currently has over 3,000 engine complaints on file for this specific engine family. The Toyota badge does not protect you from this engine. The data is the data, and the data says stay away. The 2 turbo engines that actually earned their reputation. Okay, that was the bad news. Here's the good news. And there genuinely is good news. Winner number 1, the BMW B58 3.0L inline 6. Turbo. This engine is in the BMW 3 Series, 5 Series X3, and X5. And here's something that surprises a lot of people. It's also the engine under the hood of the Toyota GR Supra. BMW makes it, not Toyota. Virtually 0 significant recalls. Virtually no NHTSA complaints. Consumer Reports consistently ranks the B58 as one of the most reliable modern turbocharged engines available. Independent owner surveys back that up across multiple years and high mileage. The honest truth, it lives in BMWs, which means it costs more to service. Parts cost more. Labor costs more. That's just the reality. But the engine itself, the engineering, the reliability record, is genuinely proven at scale. If you can handle BMW ownership costs, the B58 is one of the safest turbocharged engines you can buy. Full stop. Winner number 2, Honda's 1.5L VTEC Turbo. This is the engine in the Civic, CR-V, and HR-V, and you can get one for under $28,000. Consumer Reports rates Honda above average for reliability, and this engine is a big reason why. It's been in production long enough to have real-world data at high mileage, and that data holds up. There is one issue worth being honest about. In cold climates, Canada, northern US, some 2016 through 2018, Civic and CR-V owners reported gasoline mixing into the engine oil under specific cold weather, short trip driving conditions. Honda fixed it with software updates. On 2019 and newer models, it's largely a non-issue. If you're in Texas, Florida, Arizona, or California, don't even worry about it. If you're somewhere cold, buy 2019 or newer, and you're covered. For the money, for the reliability data, for long-term ownership cost, Honda's 1.5L turbo in a 2019 or newer model is the best value turbocharged engine in an affordable car right now. It's not even close. How to protect any turbo engine you already own. Maybe you already own one of the engines on the avoid list. Maybe you're keeping it. That's okay. Here's exactly what you need to do. First, never skip an oil change. This is not optional. The turbo bearing lives and dies by oil quality. Use the manufacturer specified oil grade. Change it on schedule, every time, no exceptions. Second, let the engine cool before you shut it off. After hard driving, highway driving, or towing, idle for 2 to 3 minutes before you kill the ignition. That keeps oil flowing through the turbo bearing while it cools down. It takes 3 minutes. It can add years to your turbo's life. Third, check your oil level regularly, not just at oil changes, every few weeks. If your engine is consuming oil, even a little, you need to know before it becomes a turbo failure. Fourth, if you're buying used, run the VIN, go to the NHTSA recall database. It's free. It takes 2 minutes. It will tell you if that vehicle has open recalls that haven't been fixed. The link is in the description. Use it. These aren't complicated steps. But they are the difference between a turbocharged engine that lasts 200,000 miles and one that hands you a $6,000 repair bill at $80,000. The bottom line, are turbo engines reliable in 2026? Some of them. Absolutely. The BMW B58 and Honda's 1.5L VakeTech Turbo have earned that reputation with real data behind them. But turbo engines as a category are more complex, run hotter, and are far less forgiving of poor maintenance than a regular engine. The brand name on the hood cannot protect you from an engine that was poorly engineered or poorly maintained. 18 car models just lost their Consumer Reports recommendation, and most of it traces back to turbo reliability issues. 4.3 million engines recalled since 2015. 232,000 Toyota and Lexus vehicles recalled in a single 60-day window. The manufacturers know this data exists. They're counting on you not looking it up. Now you have it. Drop your car in the comments, turbo or naturally aspirated. I want to know what you're driving, and if this video helped you, hit like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.